bring them out, 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 bring them out. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? The nights at the rhyme table. I'm filling in the day for my boy Tori. It's your boy Rico, house party, you know, the host with the most. I'm gonna let my co-hosts introduce themselves, and we're gonna introduce our special guest today.
Cut it out, man. You know my name is just Danny, period.
Herm, but you can call me his.
OG Holla, CEO, Mighty Buckz.
AKA our special guest today. Today's episode, we're gonna speak about what does hip hop really mean to you. I know everybody got their own description and what it really means and what it brings to the table and how has it infected your life and everything that you do. Let's start with our special guest. What does hip hop really mean to you?
Damn, you had to start with me.
Of course.
Honestly, the culture. Hip hop is really where you come from. Like if it wasn't for hip hop, a lot of things we do in life is based off hip hop, whether we know it or not.
Give me an example.
I listen to a lot of street music.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of stuff you listen to influence a lot of your acts in life. I wish I wouldn't have listened to a lot of it, but it's the truth.
Okay.
And then, you got some love music, but I ain't gonna do that right now because I'm on live. I think my mother just got on. So.
Oh man, she listens to the love music.
But now, next.
Danny, what it mean to you?
So like when I got into hip hop was like kind of like at the beginning of the era. So it was hip hop wasn't just like the music, like it was the culture, it was the graffiti, it was the kicks you was rocking at that time, right? Like that's when like believe it or not, Nike wasn't a good brand at one, or it wasn't the brand that it is now at one point in time, right?
What it was for those that listen.
I mean, it wasn't.
Puma,
it wasn't like they
Adidas.
was. Yeah.
Adidas was the top dog back then.
Yeah. If you had a pair of suede Pumas or a pair of shells or a pair of ponies, man. In fact, y'all sleep in Converses. I mean, but like, I'm talking like in my era when I came up and where I came up at, man, it was graffiti, it was Kango hats, it was cold, it was gritty. It was no shoelaces or fat shoelaces. It was, it was just that Sherwin that you was rocking. It was the Gazelles. It was the East Saints. It was just a state of mind.
British Knights
and everything. And so to me, like when somebody say hip hop, to me, it's not like just some dude rapping. It's like the whole
culture.
It's the whole b-boy thing. Is that whole just standing in your b-boy stance for real on the corner and just be plexing right there in the snow.
That's true.
Yep.
What about you, Herm?
Man, let me explain this to you.
I'm listening.
Just imagine a black kid looking at TV, back in those days, we had the Jeffersons, we had
Cosby's.
Good Times. No, not the Cosby's.
Good Times.
This is before that.
This before the
Good Times and the Jeffersons. That's basically all you had as black people on TV. But then here comes hip hop. Now it ain't these dudes on TV. It's a motherfucker look like me.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
This dude dressing with the Lee jeans. He wearing the Pumas. He wearing the Kango. And I'm down here in South Carolina. I'm in New Jersey. Wherever I'm at, there's some shit that I can relate to. And man, it's mind blowing to see this. Because this is some shit. This ain't nobody that, I understand he's a black dude, but this is a motherfucker that look like me.
You can relate to him.
Live like me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he on a stage like that shit was mind blowing. That shit, man, if you go back and look at rap, okay, when African Bambaataa and all those cats like that Spoonie G and all that. You know, these cats come out with the fur and the leather and the horn hats and all that. You know what I'm saying? The patchy, the what do you call it? The Indian hair, the headwear and all that shit. But then come Run DMC.
Change the game.
Change the whole game.
These niggas got on Lee's, Adidas, and Blazers and Adidas suits. That's some shit I can relate to. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, now this shit real. This what I can relate to this shit right here. Exactly. I can't relate to this niggas wearing no damn headdress, no Indian headdress and no goddamn horns on their goddamn hat.
Looking
and
like chiefs.
Yeah, looking like space goggles and all that shit. But when these niggas come out, when Run DMC hit the scene, there was sucker MCs.
That was us.
That was a game changer, man. Every young black kid can relate. And then, you know what I'm saying, we down with that. So a lot of people don't understand the power that Run DMC had and changed the fucking game. Run DMC was the shit back then. Cause now, you know, it ain't about they made a song or none of that shit. These niggas on TV, and the power of TV is serious. You know, cause like we live in a society now, you know, it ain't nothing for to see this mighty on the phone or YouTube video. It ain't nothing.
You can pull it up.
But
you got a computer in your
there's
hand.
A difference between being on a screen and TV.
Wait, what? To add to that too, like with Run DMC, I'm just gonna touch this point right here. With Run DMC, they came through because MTV came through.
Yeah, they was the first to hit
MTV. I don't know if Run DMC would be Run DMC if MTV didn't come out
without the videos.
Because MTV, because Run DMC hit that MTV when it was first born, and they wasn't playing nothing but all that rock and roll stuff. Michael Jordan would be on there. You used to have to wait all day to wait for Michael Jackson video to come on, and then all of a sudden you got Run DMC comes on, and
they were the first group to hit MTV rap group.
Yeah, and that's what you know. Listen, I listened to some Run DMC the other day, and I was like, yeah, you know, they don't rhyme.
And I was listening to Jam Master Jay the other day in my car. It came on satellite radio. Mm-hmm. And man, I could remember the impact that shit had on me as a kid, 16, 17, 18 years, somewhere in there. That shit was powerful, man, because you thinking about like, yo, these dudes look like me. You know, I get it. George Jefferson was on TV and the Evans family was on TV, but they didn't look like, you know, they lived like me, but these dudes live that lifestyle like me, that hip hop lifestyle. This is what I want. This is what I want to look like. And man, that was powerful.
And I'm glad everybody said that, because hip hop to me is like the Black history book. Like for the last 5 decades, from the late 70s to now, it's like a history book. And you can go back and you can see what was going on. People use it's an expression. They take what's going on in the world now and they put it in their music. They take what they're going through and what they neighborhoods was going through, and you can see the change. Everybody ain't speaking on the same thing, but you can see the change. So when I asked that, I pretty much want to run to the next segment of pretty much like, give me the late 70s and 80s culture far as music wise, for those that don't know what's going on. And me and Holla, we're gonna piggyback off y'all from the 90s and 2000s, from us growing up and you guys growing up.
So I remember like a couple of episodes back, you remember I said something about this dude named Jimmy Spice. It was Super Rhymes, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was so we had, you know, the Cold Crush Brothers, Funky 4 plus 1 more, and all that other stuff or whatever. And that was stuff that you couldn't really like. You couldn't really like hear that because it was very local to that New York scene.
Yeah.
Right. It was like stuff that you had to have the tape because it wasn't gonna come on the radio.
What else you had to have besides the tape? Like I want
That's
I
it.
want you to
Yeah,
close
that's it.
I want the people to be able to close their eyes. And they take a walk in your shoes.
So I can tell you. So I already had super rhymes, super rhymes like 8 minutes long. I mean, I probably could do all of it right here. So I mean, that's how ingrained it was. It's probably like 1977, 78 somewhere, right?
We ain't got that long.
Nah, we ain't got that long. But I was in Atlantic City. So, but don't sleep. There was this chick named Blondie, Deborah Harry, put Fab Five Freddy on the record. She had that joint. It was I think it was called Rapture, and she did the rap on it. And Fab Five Freddy was in the video, right? And people started getting used to on the radio hearing somebody going, you know, dot dot dot, you know what I'm saying, like just rapping,
going to the beat.
Yeah, just rapping, just saying a rap, right? So you get into that, then you got the Run DMCs coming out in 82, dropping sucker MCs, and you got, and I'm skipping people, right? But I'm gonna just fast forward. You got the Run DMCs that come, right? And then from the Run DMCs, you got a whole lot of other people like trying to be Run DMC, but then the next one is like really like LL. Right, because
KRS One
what was important about Run DMC was, and how important Russell Simmons and Def Jam and Rick Rubin was at a certain point, Rick Rubin and Russell Simmons said, we can sell this. We can make money on this rap stuff. Right. And then that's how Run DMC started making, Run DMC was making records to be played on the radio. Hip hop records wasn't made to be played on the radio when they first came out. It was too raw. It was too raw. They ain't want to hear it. They had hard beats. They was party music, but they wasn't nothing you play.
It was new.
Run DMC, when Russell Simmons and them guys got together and they did them, and then they got LL, and then they got the Beastie Boys. You started seeing all of a sudden it started turning commercial, because all of a sudden them guys said, hey man, you know what? We can make money off this rap stuff that we was doing for nothing.
So what you're saying is they laid the foundation.
They laid the foundation.
Definitely.
Because rap records wasn't getting played on the radio. You couldn't play them. And you know what? The reason why you couldn't play them is because they wasn't radio records. you know what I'm saying? Like,
gotcha.
The radio wasn't ready for that.
It wasn't.
Ironic. Now what y'all saying that, because the radio wasn't ready for it now, then, but now
everything.
That's all it is, right?
You see what I'm saying? So now it's basically everything that they wasn't ready for then.
Right. Yeah. So it's really like mainstream now, but they commercialize it, and that's how these guys like. It's you know, it's funny because we keep talking about the NBA and hip hop a lot. We always do it. And back in the day in the NBA, you had to have a part-time job to play in the NBA. And the ABA with the red, white, and blue ball. Yeah, it was like when I get off, I'm gonna play this game, I'm gonna get off, I'm gonna go to my other job, and then I'm gonna come pick you up.
Yeah, my dad used to tell me, like, yeah, you know why they look so much older? He had to go work on the house after he finished playing that game 7.
That makes sense.
And it was taped, it wasn't live, so it was like,
yeah. And then all of a sudden something came and said, hey man, you know what, we can sell this. And then all of a sudden basketball became what we see now. Gotcha. Where they private jets and all this stuff. And that's the way hip hop was. Hip hop was all of a sudden somebody came to there and it's like, you know what? If you put a little shine on this or whatever, I can play that on the radio. If I can play that on the radio, we can make a lot of money.
Gotcha.
And then that's what happened to hip hop. So boom. So I mean, we talking the Cold Crush Brothers. We talking about all those guys. We go to Run DMC. We go to LL, we go to, and that's basically the genesis of where we go to now with the, whoever's, I'll let y'all guys fill in on the 90s, but I'm going to stop at like 82, 85, and then I'll let Herm take from there.
Herm, tell me what you was listening to when you first stepped out into the club. I know you got fresh. I know you got the chains on. I know you got give me that. I want to know everything about what it was like to step out that night. I want to know the history. I want to know what it felt like to step out that night.
Well, I got to put it like this. There was a blank period in there.
What we
so
missing?
when I come out, it was like 94.
Okay.
So like 94, now you got.
You just snuck off to some parties in high school. Don't give us
Yeah,
that.
but
Give
it
us
was
we want the
it
raw.
was back in high school days. I got introduced to the DJ thing from a friend of mine named Clarence Gilliard in New Jersey.
Shout out.
And he put me on the spinning records. Then when I came back home that summer, after the summer, I linked up with my partner here, dude named Jerry Fields, and it was a group of us, and then we was all kind of in the same thing, DJing.
Gotcha.
None of us was really keen on the rap part of it. A couple of us, but majority of us was on the DJing thing. That's what we were doing. And
So what was y'all playing before y'all got to the hip hop and rap? What was y'all playing before that? Give me that transition.
man, I can remember back in the days, man, we would, if you knew somebody from up north, they would send you a tape, mail it to you, and you would take it and put two radios in front of each other, because this is before the double cassette. The radio with the double cassette joint.
Mm-hmm.
You would put two radios in front of each other and make a copy. That's how it was back in the days.
Yeah, I remember doing it one time, literally one.
You would have to put two radios in front of each other just to get a copy of this dude's tape. But then double cassette came along, and then you could make a straight copy.
Yeah, on the cassette. Remember when you go punch little holes, they can't copy
right.
over it.
Yeah, that's right.
It just from a lot of people sit back and like Osaka, like me and my partner right here, they would look at us like haters because we always talking about young don't understand, but they don't understand what we saw as when we were young, and when the shit we saw, it was just a hobby for dudes, but then it turned into, like he said, it turned commercial, and somebody said I can sell this shit. So then we saw it from just niggas on the corner to turn around, they making millions of dollars off of this shit.
And can you imagine, man, that we used to have to go from city to city and sometimes state to state to buy a record.
Yeah,
that we heard, and we don't even know the name of it. We heard it. We had to go up in there and be like, it go like this. And they be like, oh, it's over there. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something, man. When I was probably 16, 17 years old, I would go stay with my aunt in New Jersey in Atlantic City in the summers. And I buy my records or whatever. But when I come back, you know what my aunt used to do? She used to call the record store on Three-Way and let me talk to the dude. And he would tell me a list of everything he had in as a kid. I want all that shit. She would buy it and mail it to me.
How much they charge you for it?
No, she would buy whatever he said he had, and I said I wanted it. She would buy all those records because they wouldn't have like $3-4 a piece. But she would buy them, box them up, and mail them to me because it's not like it is now. You can get shit online, but back then you would have to have the actual physical copy of the shit. And then, what if you didn't have a record player? It wasn't no good to you.
I can't even imagine.
You know what I'm saying? You had to have a record player just to listen to the shit.
Since I've been a child, I remember the cassette tapes and going to the flea market and getting them.
I can remember, man. You know what I'm saying? My aunt would mail me all these records. Some of the shit I ain't never heard of. I would make mixtapes myself in my room and sell them at school.
So that's what I was on.
So you remember like
that's what I was on right there.
At a certain point in time, though, y'all probably remember this too. Maybe I don't, right? But there was a certain point in time where like you had to like stay up late on a Friday night for the rap show to come on.
Yeah.
Because they didn't play rap music because that was too get. But Friday night though, like I said, Chuck Chill Out would come on, Mr. Magic would come on, all them dudes that come on in New York or whatever. Chuck Chill Out on Friday, Red Alert on Saturday nights. Mr. Magic. Did you and
You don't know who Red Alert is.
Yeah. I mean, that's every Friday night. Every Friday night, as soon as Chuck Chill Out's intro come on, check out Chuck Chill Out. What you gonna do? Down. Let me give you an example. I would hit record and I just let it run because I'm gonna listen to that all next week. And then the next night, and then sometimes I'll be like, oh, dang, Red Alert and Marley Marl on the night. I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? I need 2 boxes or whatever. And I'll be like, oh. And then I have to wait and I'll be watching for commercials on both of them so I can pause because I ain't got but a 90-minute tape.
To catch the tape, the commercials and all that.
You see what I'm saying?
And we're giving y'all a history lesson.
But just imagine, you a kid in the South. You had to know somebody up north just to get it.
That's the luxury that I had growing up. See,
you would have to know somebody.
I grew up in the era. I grew up in the era where
give us that background.
Like I grew up with older brothers who was in the street, so they going downtown to get the rated R's, the DJ Clue, Special Ed. My first song I ever known was Special Ed. Like so, I grew up.
Hey man, y'all got excuse me for a minute. I got to step out.
You got
Special Ed, like
Flex dropped the bomb on it.
He about to drop one too. I'm like I grew up in the area where basically like it was Hot 97. Like a lot of people down south, they heard of Hot 97, but they couldn't hear Hot 97.
Right.
So a lot of my background came from the DJ mixtapes, from DJ Clues, Rated R's.
So Hot 97 used to be 98 points. Started out, it spun off from 98.7 Kiss.
See, get on them.
No.
Get on
Ask them when it changed. I was born in 86.
No. I ain't mad at you. I'm just telling. I'm just trying to tell you.
So that just shows you how it changed. Just like radio stations change to this day. Like,
because
the Breakfast Club now on 105. So everything.
Was it Power?
Like that. Now it's Power 105 now.
Yeah, Power 105. Yeah, no doubt.
But basically, just that also shows the difference in the music. Back then, it wasn't drugs in the songs.
True.
Now it's drugs in the songs. Now you hear about popping Molly.
Hold on. You didn't give us that 2000. Hold on. You getting too far.
I know. I'm in the 90s.
Yeah, drop it.
Oh, the 90s we'll start talking about drugs.
What are they talking about?
Yeah, the 90s, you hear in the crack era, because then you in the crack era. So when you in the crack era, that's what you're growing. That's where you hear the 80s baby, the 90s baby. They talking about what they know. See the Big Daddy Kings and all of them, they wasn't cursing. Like Big Daddy King never cursed on the record.
Yes, he did.
When he cursed?
They had to check me on it too. I ain't thought he cursed either.
Nah, he cursed in it like when it was.
He let a couple of them fly.
Yeah,
but it was like it was later on.
But
it was later on.
Yeah.
I'm about to say it was later on.
Yeah, but see, like all of them, like none of them, like they wasn't like the drug dealing. I'm moving keys.
They wasn't talking
hip
about
hop.
that. They weren't talking
like
about
that. Because you know what? Because they was. I'm not even gonna get into that, but but you know how things evolve. That's why I can't stand them old school dudes come back out and they be like, "Yeah, I was moving." No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't.
In the 90s, they start talking about the crack era because the crack eras happened like the 80s, 90s. That's when the music started really coming to what you was talking about. Because a lot of rappers on the DJ tapes never made it mainstream.
No, they did not. I mean, you just think about it. Just think about it. I mean, and I keep glossing over it because I keep talking about the ones that really like. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say change, but I don't mean to discount anybody's contribution. But the Juice Crew was big, right? Yeah. MC Shan and Marley Marl and Master T and all them guys. Master Ace. I mean,
Shantae.
All of them dudes. The Bismarcky. I mean, they was big, right? When that hip hop stuff came on again. That stuff was so hardcore, man. You couldn't play that on your morning commute. You couldn't play that on your commute. They wanted to hear, get up every morning, kind of sleep. They wanted to hear some soulful stuff in the morning. They didn't want to hear that stuff or whatever. They didn't want to hear KRS-One's first album. They didn't want to hear that first thing in the morning. They was like, no, you can't play that on the radio.
It was too rugged.
It was way too rugged. Right? Too rugged. And so again, like I said, it's just like the way that things changed was the stuff got commercialized. And then those guys is like, man, you know what? I can't sell that. You got to water it down and be a little bit more commercial so I can make money as a record company, I need to sell this record. And that's why you started getting, we started getting a lot of tomfoolishness. Let's be honest with you, man, in hip hop. We started getting a lot of tomfoolery up in hip hop.
That's the side A, side B.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
because it became a business.
I can remember as a kid, like I told you, my aunt would call this dude. His name was Nash's Records. It was on Kentucky Avenue. No, it wasn't on Kentucky. I can't remember what avenue it was on, but it was in Lang City. She would call him, and he told me he had Boogie Down Productions. Never heard of him. But when I got the record, I'm listening to it. And it was, one side was South Bronx, the other side was The Bridge Is Over.
Hold on, with the instrumentals and acapella.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
A lot
sir.
of people don't know.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yes, a lot of people don't know.
And
Sir.
you know what I'm saying? And the record wasn't known, nobody heard of it, especially in the South. But when it, when it started getting feet,
It was over.
it was crazy.
The crazy thing is that's what we know about being up in that little quadrant, right? That Northeast, that Connecticut, New York, Philadelphia, that little area right there. And then all of a sudden you start hearing LA making noise. But see, we not connected yet. Houston down there doing their thing. We not connected yet. Florida, they went crazy down there. Uncle Luke and them. Oh my God, what the hell are they doing? Right? Ain't nobody know Michigan and them. Them Detroit dudes. We ain't know they was doing that.
Yep.
We ain't know they was doing all that because we wasn't connected. Because you know what? You can't play that on the radio, so nobody's gonna hear it unless you know somebody.
Another big reason too. And I'm from up north. A lot of New York cats felt like they was just the best. They didn't want to hear nothing else.
True that. And you know what?
They didn't want to hear nothing else.
I felt the same way. And I think a part of that was because when you don't know about nothing else, you can't really
adapt.
Right. You don't.
Master P got booed.
Yeah.
And see, that's the crazy thing. Cause see, down south growing up, like I heard everything. Like music just coming in from each and everywhere. Like you just learn it. And I'm thinking like you said, they weren't connected yet. I'm young. I'm just like, oh man, this is it. Like,
we was in our bubble up here.
By the late 90s, it started really.
What was
90s it started moving.
What was crazy was because I'm up at exit 13 and all my radio stations is from New York. But you go down there to exit 6 in New Jersey, exit 5 or whatever, all you catch is Philly.
I'm gonna say, yeah.
And if Philly got their own thing going, and guess what? I can't hear it.
Because it's
I can't hear it. you see what I'm saying?
Do you understand in 1986 when Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince came out with Girls of the World intro? That shit was crazy.
I was just born.
It was crazy.
It was all right.
No, it was crazy. That shit was crazy.
It was all right.
Man, that summer was crazy because that song was so big. Everybody was on Girls of the World Ain't No Patrol. That shit was crazy back in 86.
And what about that song though? What was a key thing about that song though? You could play that song on the radio.
You could play it on the radio.
And that's the thing. That's what made it
made it mainstream.
That's what started separating. I mean, so you got these dudes, you got these rap battles or whatever, stuff like that. And these dudes be like, oh man, that dude ill. Can't make no records that nobody want to play.
That's true.
It ain't about this rap skill, right? It's can I sell them?
Marketability.
Yeah. And it's like, man, this dude might have a crazy. I mean, there's some dudes, man, that made records before, or people that they got the craziest skills in the world. Can't make a record, dog. There's some dudes that play in Rucker Park. Can't play in the NBA, dog. Not with that.
Good.
At the And One tapes. Yeah, that's all great. You can't play in the NBA with that.
That's true. The MOP, the record labels told them they was too ugly.
You see what I'm saying? It's like I'm trying to see they trying to make money. Like at the end of the day, these kids got something and people are willing to pay money for it. I need to exploit this.
So what you saying, Lil Uzi wouldn't make it back then?
No.
I don't know.
Not back then. Not back then.
I don't know if he would have got played.
They would have laughed at him then.
Right.
Because now, like Cool G Rap wouldn't have made it now.
Man, Coogee rap is crazy.
You see, different. Like a lot of rappers then wouldn't have made it now.
Absolutely.
No, because it was more back in the day. It was more about lyrical skill.
They wasn't.
If you listen to what they saying, they're talking about how good they are as an MC. Now you can just say any dumb shit. You can have jets,
No,
you can have islands and all kind of shit.
But,
you know,
like I
and your ass driving a Honda Accord.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's like I used to think the same thing. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of both, best of both worlds. If you really listen to a lot of these rappers now, a lot of us think they're not saying nothing because we don't want to hear that style.
True.
But if you really sit down and listen to them, they're talking
True.
about what's going on to them now. Like
True.
a lot of stuff that y'all wouldn't. It's the same thing how our parents would look at. Like they're saying, like Uzi rap,
100.
Offset rap, like they
when
rap.
he wants to rap.
But if you could sell doing this, why rap?
That's
If I can
right.
sell doing this and I'm making no money rapping, why rap?
Yeah,
Because you still got fans.
So
You still got real,
like the
you
song.
still got real
What's
fans.
the song with Lil Baby? Wait, the socially conscious song you got.
Yeah,
What's that called?
Fire.
What's the
Fire,
song?
fire.
You talking about the one he dropped last year?
Yeah.
Um,
Bigger than black and white.
I'm trying to think of
That
the
song
real
right there,
the real
bro.
title.
It
though.
ain't get as much play as it should have.
I listened to it then.
But you
You know what I'm
listen,
saying?
you know what I'm saying?
But
That's
The only reason I say I
rap.
listened to it then is because like it'd be so much music put out, and I try to keep up.
it's a socially conscious record.
Yeah.
There you go.
But overall,
He rap.
you know, I don't want to hear that shit he talking
There
about.
you go. You don't want to hear it.
No, I don't want to devolve down to this conversation again, right? Because that's usually what it comes down to. But it's like this. It's like there's people that can rap, and then there's people to make. When I go into the club,
Oh, yeah.
when you go into a
The
club,
bigger picture.
when you go into a club, you want to hear the music that you can dance to. I don't really care
Used
too
to.
much because most people ain't sitting around listening to what you're saying.
No, not in
People
the
don't
club.
dance- people don't
In the
dance
club,
no
I'm
more.
not listening for that.
Yeah,
People ain't
but
dancing no more.
all
People
they,
ain't dancing no more.
all they do is this.
They
Except
ain't
for
dancing. Like,
Except for when Rico hosts the party.
yeah, when you hold the
This
When your boy house party hosts, you know,
We're
we're gonna get them dancing in there. That's gonna be the first thing I play.
Yeah, you need to have a twerk.
So
party.
I remember-
Just twerking.
I remember when I used to DJ, I used to play stuff that I was like, yo, this dude right here is ill. I'm about to play his record. And all they got to do is just listen to this dude's rhymes.
Mhm.
And the party would be dead. I gotta hurry up and get another record on
Yeah.
because
You would kill a party. with that
nobody
shit.
cares about what
You
the
know
fuck he is saying
Nobody
right
wanna
now.
hear that
Yeah.
shit no more.
You
know
would
what?
did a
Yo,
party
yo, you
playing
know
with
what?
shit you like.
Yeah, exactly.
They looking around looking crazy and
Exactly.
stuff.
Nobody wanna
What?
hear what you like.
But at that time, especially at that time, what do you do? Oh, let me throw that Luke Skywalker shit back. Boom, boom, boom.
They wanna
The
hear
crowd
that.
is on. I don't know what the fuck. Look, get it. I'm like,
They wanna
okay,
hear that.
that's what they want to hear. That's what I'm gonna keep playing.
I
And
mean,
guess
when
what?
you in that mode and in
Yeah.
motion, like you want to keep going. You don't want to stop and like.
I'm out here trying to educate these fools on hip hop, and they just want to hear get it. I'm like, okay,
And last week, we talked about. Last week we talked about on the episode of DJs, how important the DJs was.
right?
Oh,
The
that's
DJs
the
who
number
kill.
one job.
Yes,
No,
absolutely.
it's the number one job. But the difference is back then, DJs broke records that they liked. Now, DJs got to spin what you like.
Yes,
Forget what they like.
yeah,
See, when you break a record, nobody heard of it. So you got to have enough confidence to break it.
yeah.
Now it ain't even about that no more. You really got to play what they want to hear.
I think if you introduce the track the right way and it does flow with what you're
You gotta-
doing before,
You got.
I think you can do that.
You
But
gotta-
if it ain't,
Not in the middle of a party.
you got to
Ooh.
you got to get it in where everybody's out there, and you got to keep it going.
It got to have that same.
And you got to slide it right on in there.
remember,
And then if you see it going sideways, you got to transition it right on out. There's
Exactly.
something
Right out.
else that
Quick.
they know.
Quick,
But-
30 seconds.
but
go.
remember when Bad and Bougie came out? Like I had it like
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
like 2 weeks before it dropped. I don't know how. I'm in the little DJ mix. They send songs and stuff. What? So I got it. I'm like, yo, you gotta play this. Bro, like, oh man, I'm in it. I'm like, bro, you gotta play this, right? He like, all right, man. If it don't play, man, you ain't got no more song selection for the night. I'm like, bro, drop it. He drop it. Everybody pause for a second. They like, and then they just start moving. It's just certain songs like instantly it's a hit.
If they can catch that beat,
That beat,
they
got
can catch it.
The beats back then wouldn't last now. Like it's a whole transition.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, but I think that just evolution. I don't think that just like just the sound. I think it's just the evolution of the sound because people use those bass lines and stuff.
808s wasn't back then like that.
Oh, Luke and them did.
You know what I'm saying? But like,
yeah. But
KRS-One wasn't doing that.
They wasn't doing them like that.
You know
No,
what I'm saying? Yeah.
But KRS-One, they trying to have you dance.
Because the 808 back in those days, they didn't know how to tune. They didn't tune 808s like they do now.
I'm about to say, yeah, it's a different sound.
Now that 808 is the whole bass line now.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
Before it was just one note, boom, and that was just it. And you just do that just to rattle your
bass.
trunk.
All you need was bass.
Right. But if you think about it though, if you think about it like this, and you know, I don't have no numbers to back this up, but I feel very confident with what I'm about to say. A lot of artists will say, yeah, man, that song was a hit. I made $1 million off that song. That's not my favorite song. My favorite song was the one nobody wants to fucking play.
That's a lot of them say that.
You see what I'm saying?
A lot of them say that.
That's the one. That's the one where I was in my bag, or I was bars, right? But they wanted to hear Juicy Fruit or some shit like that. You know, that's what they wanted to hear. So, hey, guess what? They want to keep paying me $20,000 to come out and sing that raggedy ass song. I'm gonna go in there and keep on singing it, but it's not my favorite song.
So let me ask you. So we got the background
That's
down packed and everything. We see the transition from it being a homegrown thing to it being commercialized to it being marketing and marketable and stuff like. Herm, like, what do you think the future of hip hop is going? Like, not do you agree or disagree, but where do you see it going?
Well, I look at it like this right here. Hip hop will get to the point where it's so watered down that anybody can make a fucking record. I mean, it's basically like that now. So,
but you still find gems.
You find gems, but when it comes to the radio, there's no gems. It just because it's not whether it's a song is good or bad. It's just that we're gonna play this song and we're gonna play it so goddamn much till you gonna like it.
Is it
repetition?
Gems to who?
You think about it. A lot of the songs on the radio, you don't fucking like them. It's just they play it so goddamn much. You sitting at work, you don't hear this song 6 times in an hour.
I gotta disagree. I gotta disagree.
Pop Smoke ain't died, but I promise you, he'd be one of the best right now.
But what I'm saying is, they play the song so much in an hour, to where you ain't got no choice but a sound start getting catchy to you.
Like
I mean, but you still got control. Most people got control over the music that is played.
Wait a minute. Listen to what I'm saying. Radio, though, right?
Listen to what I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
We talking about the radio. We talking about like streaming.
I'm saying. What do you think?
Well, listen to what I'm saying. I'm talking about the radio. When you listen to the radio, you listen to what the fuck they playing.
Yeah, you got no choice.
So they play the same songs 2-3 times in an hour,
but the radio,
and it gets catchy.
But the radio is just only a part of it at this point. Everybody got their phone out. We got the MacBook. He got a computer over there. You can find the music. You can turn that off if you want to. So that's what I'm saying. Like that. And where you think the future is going?
Well, so there used to be a couple of segments of music, right? This is a jazz record. This is rhythm and blues. This is country.
Separation.
Right? This is rock and roll. Well, what happened with rock and roll? Rock and roll, that it used to be like them dudes was out there damn shaking their pelvis with a guitar and shit like that. It's like, oh, that's that rock and roll nonsense. We don't do that. But that expanded. Now everything is in rock and roll. That's how I feel with hip hop and R&B is it's lumped together. It's just, they just dump it all in there now. Because even the love songs be hip hop to me.
I can see that.
You know,
the hip hop songs and the rap songs, all the R&B songs, they all sound alike.
They all
because Pop Smoke sampled the R&B song from back in the day.
I mean, they all this. It's like now hip hop is being like. I mean, I don't know if somebody needs to break it back out. you know what I'm saying? But like, I can't draw the line between an R&B song that XYZ made and a hip hop song because it's very similar.
What you saying, like on certain radio stations, there used to be certain segments where you got rhythm and blues. It was certain segments at certain times. Now they all got their own their own stations. Now it's a hip hop station. It's a
Right.
jazz station. Like right now, hip hop is hip hop, but it's about to be drill. You got drill music now. It's a
Right.
whole
The
bunch of-
subgenre.
Is
You know what I'm
it?
saying? Like, it's the subgenres and genres.
Yeah, you
That's
get you
changing.
just start lumping. It just keeps getting like you just keep okay. What we do with this? Oh, throw it in hip hop, right? That's like rock and roll. It's like, oh, here's some grunge music. What do we do with that? Oh, just throw it in rock and roll. I don't know what it is. Just throw it in rock and roll.
I'm glad y'all said it because I was watching this YouTube video the other day, and it was just a snippet of, I guess, like an upcoming special of T-Pain, some type of music special about T-Pain. And T-Pain was like, when he was on the top of his game,
exactly what's dope.
and he said Usher came to him and Usher said, hey bro, let me holler at you real quick. And at this point, him and Usher are friends. And Usher told him, I think they was on a private jet.
On a private jet, he took him to the back. He
took him to the back and told him
he had to tell him something.
I got to tell you something. And he like, what's up? He was like, Usher was all concerned. And he was like, Usher told him, you destroyed R&B.
Auto-tune.
he told him like,
that ain't take the cake,
he said it's the death of all the real singers. And
think about Jay-Z even came out with Def Auto-tune.
And now that it pounded on me, I thought about the podcast as soon as I heard it. And I'm like, he's right. Usher was right.
No, he wasn't.
I have yet to hear one R&B singer that I haven't known for the last 10 years that can blow. Like they can just sing without any auto-tune. I hear
Chris Brown.
I've known him for 10 years.
Tory Lanez.
He's a rapper too.
Tory Lanez.
So
he's a rapper. Tory Lanez does not go out the same.
Nah, but
give me one concrete, like old school Tyrese like singer.
But let me ask you this question. And let me spoil this a little bit, right? Let me poison this argument, right? So there's a lot of artists out in this world. There's more artists than ever been because it's so accessible now. But how many of them are stars? Like bona fide, straight up fucking stars.
I can name 5 with no problem.
Go.
Drake.
Yeah, he's a star.
Dirk.
Okay.
Lil Baby.
Okay.
The Baby.
Okay.
Uzi. Hold up. J. Cole. Kendrick Lamar.
Okay. There ain't no separation in none of that.
Well,
so my point is
all them rappers now.
So hold on. What I'm saying is just like it's like, and so I want to draw a line in here with stars A, and then there's AA, right? Like go back to NBA, right? All of them can ball. All of them ain't stars, right? All of them is not a LeBron. All of them is not a Kobe. All of them are good, but they ain't all Kobe's and Michael Jordans, right? There's a lot of people that's very fucking good.
You take some of them dudes on the bench, they'll bust our ass.
Right?
No, they will.
They'll bust our ass.
You get what I'm saying? Like for instance, I wouldn't put Gary Payton and Michael Jordan in the same class.
No,
you can't.
But Gary Payton was fucking good.
He was.
Right? He was really good for a number of years. But is he Michael Jordan? No. Right? Is he Magic? Nope. Is he blah 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 blah? Nope. Does he fit in somewhere? Yeah, he's down the line somewhere.
Let's take it
from
Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
star.
Michael Jackson.
Let's use that.
Michael Jackson was a star.
Star.
Randy was not. There's a line there, right? Mariah Carey was a star. Right?
Prince was
a star.
So you don't think Chris Brown's a star?
No.
I don't think he's on that level.
He's not on that level of
I don't
Michael
think he's
Jackson.
on that level of star.
No.
Not Chris Brown. I don't
he's
think
like right up. He's like right up under them.
I am going to disagree.
Well, we said
Brown is a star.
We said Michael Jackson.
We about to have fun now.
Hold on. We said Michael Jackson and we said Prince. And then we said Chris Brown.
Chris Brown's a star.
We said Michael Jackson. And we said Prince.
And y'all said Mariah Carey.
And yeah, I probably probably got out my lane on that one, right? Right.
You stepped a little too far just now. But it was a line in the sand somewhere.
But
Chris Brown's a star.
I'm not saying that he's not a star.
I know. I want to know why you're saying he's not a star.
I want to hear this and go. Let's talk about sales too.
Let's
he's
talk
not
about
on that
this.
level.
We're talking about. I don't know why. You
Listen,
need to ask
no,
him.
we're listening. Well, give me your reasons why.
We need to ask him why he's not on that level. Hey, he need to work on his crossover. I don't know what's wrong with him,
Nah, Chris
but
Brown's
he
a
is not
star.
Michael
And
Jackson.
he got a
Chris
crossover.
Brown's a
No, he's
star.
not. Oh, listen, when you say Michael Jackson, come on. This is Michael Jackson.
And one comparison we're gonna do.
So
Michael Jackson started as a kid.
so
Chris Brown started as a kid.
so
And I'm telling you, over the years, Chris Brown is still top tier since a kid to now.
oh, I like Chris Brown.
Maybe
Chris
so.
Brown's a star. Chris
but
Brown's
he's
a star.
not.
You know,
He's not on the
Chris-
level of
I'm
Michael
saying
Jackson.
No. See, that is not
Michael
the question.
Jackson,
That's not the
Prince,
question.
You can't-
Cher.
Prince not on the level of Michael Jackson.
Somebody like Cher.
Prince isn't on the level of Michael
Yeah, that's
Jackson.
a whole nother level.
What Cher
man.
album you listen to?
Prince isn't
I don't
on the
listen
level
to-
of Michael
But
Jackson.
she's on a whole nother level.
What I guess
Let's be honest now.
I guess what I'm saying is, man,
Cher can drop an album and
Cher.
But hold
Cher.
on. But
And
this is the
it's
Knights of
gonna
the
go.
Round Table. What Cher album have you listened to?
Yeah, let's hear this.
None.
No, they disqualified.
Not one.
They
Hold on.
But what I'm
Hold
saying,
on.
she's on that level.
hey, well, let me tell you this though.
Not share the truth.
You
I
don't
ain't gonna lie, share
you
the
don't have to be in hip hop to know Cher's a fucking star,
That is true.
right?
truth. You don't have to be a hip hop to know that Chris Brown's a star.
I guess I do because I don't.
But hold on. This goes back to
No.
this too. Let's go back to this too. The age difference.
Okay.
It goes back to the age difference because a lot of rappers that you just named, we wouldn't take a damn chance to listen to.
Oh. So let's clear that up right here. I'm saying this just like I would say at the time when I was watching them, that dude was a maniac, right?
Mhm.
But compared to today's NBA, he ain't that good.
No, all right.
Okay.
That's
At that time,
perfect.
at
Yeah,
that time,
I just want to know why Chris Brown isn't a star.
No, he's
no,
a star.
I ain't say he wasn't a
But
star.
he ain't that star.
What I'm saying is,
No, the question was just
Is he a star?
is he a star?
what I'm saying
We
is,
didn't say he was Michael
No,
Jackson
he's a
ish.
no.
It's only a few that's
No.
Michael Jackson ish.
No. What I'm saying is,
R. Kelly's a star.
what I'm saying, yeah, absolutely. R. Kelly's a star.
Usher's a star.
Usher's absolutely a star. What I'm saying is that Chris Brown is, if he was Gary Payton to Michael Jordan, he's still fucking good. He just ain't Michael Jordan.
I don't
That's what
consider
I'm
Gary
saying.
Payton a star though.
Shit.
Gary Payton? Yeah,
The
okay.
glove?
I don't consider him a star.
He
Man,
was.
you need to go
No,
back
no,
and
no,
watch
no,
the
no.
tape,
I watch
buddy.
him. He's good. What you say? He's
if you
good as
compare him
like
good
that,
as
bad.
But if we consider him
if you compare
beside
him like-
Michael Jordan, he is.
If you compare
he's
Michael
not on his
Jordan,
cover.
let's say Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, right?
That's
Yeah,
what-
right.
that was-
Okay.
that's the analogy I was
When-
using.
when-
Hey,
The top of the
Gary
top.
Payton,
Hold on. Elvis.
star. Elvis, R. Kelly.
No.
Ooh.
What?
Elvis?
Nah.
No, man,
R.
come
Kelly.
on.
I would have to give
Listen,
give Elvis the same level as Michael Jackson.
Ooh.
Michael.
No.
you-
No.
Ooh.
Not
You're
not
saying
for
Elvis
not for
above
black
Prince.
people.
Elvis-
Not for
Elvis
black
above
people.
Prince.
Elvis,
I
and
put
R.
Elvis
Kelly
above
is not
Prince.
here. That's what you're saying.
I'm going to
R.
I
Kelly
think
ain't right
Elvis was a little
Look.
higher,
Ooh.
Come on,
but
you-
not in black
no.
people's eyes.
There you go.
No.
There you go.
Let's take that. Let's take that out the window. I want to hear your
No,
ears, not
Michael
your
Jackson-
eyes. I don't want to see nothing.
Michael
I want to
Jackson,
put the record on,
Michael
and
Jordan,
you tell me, is he a star?
Kobe Bryant, Elvis,
Wait,
Prince,
Lord,
LeBron.
I can deal with that.
Let's go down 20 feet. Let's go to Gary Payton.
So you
Chris
saying
Brown. So we're going on these levels now. We're going to go on tiers because when you do that, you got to look at it. Prince, how many songs did Prince really have?
A lot.
a lot?
Hold on.
You mean
How
Purple
many?
Rain? You talking about Purple Prince?
Purple Rain. How many
Man,
songs?
you talking
Prince
about-
had some
you talking
joints,
about-
man.
No. I'm not taking that away from him. How many did he really have that were like number one hits?
For y'all that just
A
joined,
lot.
we're trying to figure out is
So
Chris
the
Brown
reason
really
why-
a star?
The reason why I'm saying that now,
He's a star, but
Yeah,
not
he's a
on
star.
not
No,
on the level of Prince and Michael Jackson.
He's
No.
a star.
Yes,
He's definitely a
it's
star.
a different.
So y'all was
generation.
saying it like he wasn't a star.
Look at
No.
okay.
Beginning
Let,
was like he
let,
was
let me
a
give you.
star.
Let me
Okay,
give.
wait a minute.
Let me give you. Let me
Okay,
give.
Okay.
Hold on.
I'm just making sure.
Hold on.
Michael Jackson
Hold on.
was on the level of
Would
like
never-
the
it would never be
Beatles and
He's above the Beatles.
Y'all.
yeah, he was above the Beatles.
Oh,
He above the Beatles.
Shit.
Look, he above
Y'all-
Beatles. Don't
y'all-
you forget. Oh,
I think y'all lost the argument. What I was saying was that we're putting out a whole lot of music. We're not producing a whole lot of superstars.
nah,
Right.
It's
We're
so-
producing a lot of stars. We're not producing a whole lot of superstars.
I think
He's a
that- I think-
superstar. Chris Brown's a superstar. Now I want you to think about this. I agree with you. Wholeheartedly. I do agree.
And Chris Brown Chris Brown is not the guy. I don't know how we got stuck on Chris Brown. I probably said something wild. But what I'm saying is, it's a lot of music out here that's cool. It's fun. It's nice. I like to listen to it. I bump my head to it. But 20 years from now, we will not be talking about this guy.
That's Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
I'm not talking about.
No. I'm asking. I'm
gonna give you a perfect example. I promise. I'm gonna give you a perfect example.
So Rihanna.
I know Chris Brown. I know Chris Brown more from Rihanna.
Wow. You know Chris Brown because of Rihanna. Right?
I know more about Chris Brown from Rihanna than I know about Chris Brown.
But I want you to know it's a lot of people know about Michael Jackson after he died. And the video
is repetitive.
And check this though.
That may be true. That may be true.
And y'all and I'm trying to I want to make sure y'all know. I like Chris Brown, man. Stop it.
Danny likes Chris Brown. So y'all
stop it.
Get off my man.
A lot of people like Run DMC, they will always be a pioneer of hip hop. Yeah. Never take that away from them at all. Never. We just had this conversation a few days ago. Run DMC made a lot of fucking hits. Hands down.
Definitely.
Hands down.
Because they crossed the barrier between blacks and whites.
Now guess what? That was then.
Exactly. That was then.
But if you compare them to any group, it's one group that's outsold everything they ever did. And I'm from the North.
Ooh, I think I know where you're going.
I'm gonna go straight to it, but y'all won't agree because of the age difference.
Okay, let's spill it then.
The Migos.
What about them?
They outsold anything that Run DMC them did. The Migos outsold them in 10 years.
Wait a minute, hold up. Let me step on this. Let me step.
Let me dive
into this one right here. The reason it's a different era because they're not selling records. They're selling streams.
Streams is harder than records when you go to the numbers. Streams are harder than records when you go to the numbers.
You think about it. Hey, when you walked your ass in a record shop, you had to spend
selling CDs.
$15, $16 for a record.
They came in selling CDs.
Now you can buy a song. You can buy just a particular song. You couldn't do that back in the day.
I am not mad with your argument, but let me tell you why you're wrong.
I want to hear this.
I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong.
Hold on. Who was comparing Breezy to? This for my notes.
Gary Payton.
Okay. I gotta make sure.
I think it's incorrect to compare the eras like that. I think it's incorrect. I think that you can't say, wow, this dude scored more points in 15 years than this dude did back in the fucking ABA. They didn't have a 3-point fucking line. They didn't shoot the game. The game wasn't played like that. So if you're going to jack up 33s in a game, of course you're going to fucking score more points.
Yes.
Right? You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm going to say, man.
I agree.
So of course the game has changed. I am not discounting the Migos and how many albums they sold, but guess what? 5 years from now, 10 years from now, it's going to be another group. You're going to be like, oh, they outsold the Migos. That don't mean they better than the Migos. That just means that the game is changing.
Chris Brown.
Yeah. Chris Brown.
And it's just like I said. Changed. It's just like I said, man. Back in the days, you couldn't walk in the record store and buy a song. You had to buy the album or the 12-inch, and the 12-inch might not have that particular song that you want. But you couldn't buy. Now you can I go online, I can buy one fucking song. And they gonna get paid for that. It's a different time. And it's done different.
I'm happy though. I'm not gonna lie. As a consumer, I'm happy though. Because I have bought some trash CDs in the past. I bought Lil Flip. The Game Over.
You think
he had
about
3 songs.
You think about when people like
couldn't get my little allowance
when
back.
People like Jay-Z, DMX, all them. When you wanted to hear particular songs, you had to buy the fucking album, or either you got it from somebody, but you had to buy the album.
Don't get it
now. You can buy the song.
Don't get it twisted. I think it's glorious, man, that people got a laptop and the internet and can put their joints out there. I think that's glorious. That's what I'm saying that, right? That's good. I think that's a good problem to have, because before you had to have a machine, you had to shop a demo, you had to get somebody to A&R, you had to get somebody to do this, blah, 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 and all that other stuff. Now you just what? Guess what? If you're garbage, you're going to be garbage on the internet. If you got a little flame with you, you're going to get a little flame on the internet, right? So now it's open up for everybody. I'm good with that. But you also have to respect this too. You let more people in, you're going to have more trash. Right. But you also have the opportunity to have more stars. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's just the numbers game. Right. If there's only 10 albums that come out and I ain't got but 10 choices, one of these got to be the best. But now it's 1,000 albums out. Well, guess what? I got 1,000 choices now, and I can be a little bit more selective with what I listen to. Or I can listen to a little bit of all of it. Right. Some of it, some of it's good. If we was to make an album right now, we put 100 joints on it.
Fire.
we put 100 joints on it. We'd be lucky to get 10. But if we could take that 100 joints that we made and will it down to our 10 best, we probably have a better album
coming out soon.
That's 10-4. Fire. Wait, we ain't get no sound on that.
Hold on. You know we got.
Yeah, hit something new. Yay.
Nah, the thing is, a lot of people got to realize, and that's some old shit. You need to play shit. But now, you got to think about this. Our parents, we had a conversation last week.
We get better with that.
But our parents didn't like the music y'all liked.
Absolutely.
Y'all didn't like the music we like.
Incorrect.
We like Uzi. We like Uzi.
I ain't gonna front. I don't like it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we like Uzi Vert.
I ain't gonna lie, I like Uzi.
You know who he is?
I know his name.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like,
I heard
$24 million diamond in his forehead.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I just can't get with that.
And that's just fucking stupid.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't agree, but
this
you'll never forget him.
We don't like the songs our kids.
It's a generational thing. That's the way the world.
Evolution, like,
yeah.
When they were selling, when it was cassette tapes in the car. You know what I'm saying?
True that.
Now it's Bluetooth in the car.
Right.
So if it's Bluetooth in the car, you're going to try to get your records somewhere it can be Bluetooth.
10-4.
So you got to think about, if you can't put a fucking CD in your phone to Bluetooth it. you gotta download it onto your phone. So it's just the evolution. The reason why I'm saying is streams is equivalent to record sales. The thing about streams is actually harder.
No. Because with streams, you can single out what you want. But back in the day, albums, you had to buy the album. You couldn't separate it.
Now pay attention. No. You're right. I'm gonna tell you why streams is harder. It takes a bunch of streams to equal one album.
That is true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you can still go diamond off streams, that means that you have a lot of streams.
But you could sell one song versus not selling it at all.
I mean, I think that's the monetarily difference.
There you go.
I think that is, but as far as like the consumer and my ears and what I want to hear, screaming is 1,000. Just like you said, you had to go through a whole process. Your aunt had to call her the DJ to get it. Then he had to send it to her. Then she had to send it to you. By that time, I don't record 30 more songs.
But the playing field works both ways, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. So the playing field. So where it's an advantage in one, it's a disadvantage in the other. Let's just consider this. If I sold 1 million records in 1980, how hard was it for me to sell 1 million records in 1980? Right.
It was hard.
Imagine if I was streaming that shit.
It was hard.
Right. I might have sold 80 million records. You see what I'm saying?
That comes with the time.
But that comes with the time. So I'm not saying
money match up to
hold on. What I'm not saying is my album was better or your album is better in 2021 because you sold more albums than I sold in 1980. I'm not saying that at all.
Okay.
Right. But I don't know if you can really do the money like that because
you get paid different.
You just get paid different. Just how
they didn't own a lot of their rights.
And guess what? Just like what we was just talking about, man. I had an MC Shan album. I had an MC Shan album. You know why I had it? Because I knew his album was out. I couldn't go to fucking Mississippi and buy an MC Shan album.
No.
But I could stream that motherfucker though.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
Right? You see what I'm saying? So I potentially lost some sales just because people in Mississippi ain't even know I had an album. You see what I'm saying?
That's 100% facts.
So I mean, and so again, I'm not trying to discount nobody for the record sales. I ain't even trying to take it. I'm just saying it's kind of hard to compare the eras like that because the game keeps changing, and so everything else has to
more
change
accessible.
Yeah,
because this is the thing that goes back to how we compared the Migos, the Run DMC. The Migos was in the CD era.
I hear you.
50 Cent was in the CD era.
How many CDs did they sell?
If I'm not mistaken, the Migos sold. They always went platinum.
Okay.
Yeah, the Migos always went
cool.
platinum.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, that first one definitely.
And you know what? And that
Yeah.
point about the generations,
Like the album, not the mixtapes, just the clear the actual first album.
You 100% on the generations because I thought about that too. Like my father, man, he liked the road. He liked who was it? Temptations.
You see what I'm saying? My father still listens to them.
Temptations.
And they
man.
don't want to hear cursing. They don't want to hear
Man,
that.
hey, I bought that Run
My
DMC
people
record.
said, y'all know damn well Chris Brown is a superstar.
Yeah, they crazy. Like,
Hey, let me tell you something. Let me tell you how you know Michael Jackson is a superstar.
Oh,
Because
no,
if
he's a superstar. That's
he
it,
bought
man.
his ass about that crip right now, right?
I'm going.
He go to any Coliseum, any Coliseum. That bitch is sold out in a minute.
Just to see if he really did.
Well, that's probably true too.
God damn. Shoot. I'm listening to y'all going. I don't want to see no shit like that.
Yeah, that's
I'm going
on the crib shit.
I ain't even gonna lie, I'm going.
It was the same thing with Elvis. Elvis, you couldn't build a place to hold him.
I might pass on Elvis.
You might, but
I said I might.
But them damn trucks would be rolled. There'd be a lot of fucking pickup trucks rolled up.
I sell the tickets, dude.
I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you an example, like with hip hop. How we talk about hip hop with culture and what it mean to all of us. A lot of people don't buy Jordans. That don't stop Jordans from selling.
Oh yeah, I got about 5 of them. Got
You,
to pay on
you
now.
get what I'm saying? Like
No doubt.
it don't stop. them
No,
from
I'm
selling.
not a Jordan buyer.
But you get what I'm saying? Like some people might not like Chris Brown. I can't force a person to like Chris Brown. I can't force a person to like R. Kelly. They say they need to stop selling R. Kelly CDs. You're a damn lie. I'm gonna buy it.
Man, I'm about to put my Chris Brown shirt on right now because I feel like people don't think I like Chris
No, you
Brown.
don't like
I love Chris Brown. Man. Matter of fact, where's his next show?
They got the
Shit.
pitchforks
Oh, no,
outside
no.
waiting on you. Then
Man, fuck Chris Brown.
But hip hop it's a culture. It's a culture. We kind of went away from it, but it's basically hip hop controls the streets, whether we like it or not.
It's watered down though.
But it's still a culture though.
Extremely.
there's more
watered
people
down.
thirsty.
No,
There's more people
no.
thirsty for it than
This
ever.
is the 2021 remix of hip hop. This is the
Soldier
21,
Boy
21
showed
flavor.
people how to break.
And
into
guess
the
what?
industry.
In 2025, it's going to be a different flavor.
There you
And
go.
in 2020, it's going to be a different flavor. Just like, hey, it's different from 1970, and it's going to be different in 2030. That's just how it is.
There's only one rapper from the 90s still moving now.
Tell them.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
The goat.
That's the only one. Nas is still stuck in the 90s, but he trying.
I gotta agree with you
He's
on
stuck-
that.
he's
I
trying-
gotta
he's
agree
trying-
with you on that.
Like Jay-Z actually, he's sticking in.
I think we-
Nas is my dude, you know, to a certain extent.
Yeah, but he got
But
I
Jay,
think
he on another level
he's
to
on
me.
another
I
level.
think we talked about that like off camera.
Jay is a superstar.
That's a superstar. I
Nah,
agree.
I think it's different levels.
Is Nas a
Jay-
superstar?
No,
What?
no.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Holla.
Hey, hold on.
Holla.
You're going to jump
Holla.
all over me over Chris
No,
Brown,
holla.
and you're going to say
No.
Nas.
I see what I'm
And guess
saying.
what? And I
See what I'm
100%.
saying?
I 100%.
No,
agree
no,
with
no,
you.
no.
No. Don't backtrack. Do not backtrack.
Let me be honest.
Mhm.
Be honest. This is a biased statement.
Oh.
Jay-Z's a superstar because he stayed going. You feel what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z stayed going. Nas is
What?
a superstar to some people.
What?
Yeah, be a-
No. To some people. So I'm gonna break it down. Nas didn't rap for a couple years.
put to you like this.
So a lot of generations.
I put-
know
I'm-
Nas.
I'm putting
I'm
to you
sorry,
like
Dan.
this.
Dan, let me jump on first. He don't have to rap ever again.
All right, so
He does not have to rap ever again.
Okay.
If-
I
You
feel
know
on
something?
that. I feel no. I get it.
No.
But was somebody from 2000 that grew up in 2005 to 2015 go to a Nas concert?
That's what I was about to
I'm
say.
going.
No,
Pay attention. No. Pay attention. What I'm saying.
I wouldn't.
Well, somebody from
2010.
2005. No.
Not me.
Somebody from 2005 to 2015 will go to a Jay-Z concert.
So that
I
means
definitely go.
That means 2005.
It's a 10-year span that nobody
2000
heard shit from Nas. They was going for movies.
Look, you better answer Shock because I know Shock on your ass now. 2005. That's his brother.
I call him back.
2005. I'm 15. So that's I'm growing up. I'm getting my first job and everything. So that means if I say I'm going, then that means I'm part of that group.
No.
Man, Jay-Z and Nas
It's too different.
were two megastars.
Then megastars.
Then they
But at that time. But now it's like Jay-Z went to another level that Nas wasn't. He never made it to.
But that doesn't mean he dropped down from his superstar status.
No. I'm about to bring something to you. Jay-Z, if this is a perfect. We're gonna do a Jay-Z show. We're gonna do a Nas show. If Jay-Z do a show, Jay-Z gonna bring out.
I don't care who
J. Cole.
He ain't gotta bring nobody out.
Yeah.
Nah, I just want to see him.
No. Just pay attention to the show. Just pay attention to the show. Jay-Z gonna bring out
I'm listening.
Rihanna, J. Cole, Dipset, State Property,
Jeezy.
Jeezy. He pay attention when he bring it out now. Now Nas gonna bring out Queensbridge and Davey.
Nah, I think.
Listen, and what you're not gonna do, you're not gonna shit on Dave East.
I think you overthought that. I think if Jay-Z come, he ain't got to bring a goddamn.
No, he don't.
Hold on. But if Nas come, he better bring
He
the
gotta
whole
bring
goddamn
somebody.
crew. If he want me to buy a goddamn ticket, because I
He
ain't
can't
coming
sell
to
a
see
show out by
fucking
his damn self.
After you,
I saw Nas one time.
and
it was
seen
about-
him one time too
I
many.
think it was two. It was,
See,
and it was about it was a couple of years
too much
ago.
cornbread.
That's what I mean.
And guess who I saw? And guess who was the headliner? Not him.
Pay attention.
Erica Badu.
So pay attention to what I'm saying. A superstar can
Erica
sell out a stadium
Badu
by
with
themselves.
Erica Badu was the headliner.
Nas cannot sell out a
But
stadium.
every time I went to see Jay-Z, I went to see Jay-Z 4 times.
Oh,
And he was the headliner. The
Nas
only
sell out a
time,
stadium.
the only time he split to being the headliner, it was him and Mary J.
we're gonna get this from the outside.
Nah,
Can
it was
Nas
him
sell out
and,
a stadium?
I
Him and
doubt
his
it.
boy Kanye.
It's quick.
Can Nas sell out a
Kanye.
stadium?
Well, yeah, man.
right.
But you know,
Can Jay-Z sell out a stadium?
You got to get 2
Can
stadiums.
Drake sell out a stadium?
Yeah,
Kanye.
Wait a minute.
So how is Nas a superstar? He can't sell out a stadium.
exactly. Thank
He
you.
can't sell it.
Facts.
Nas probably
Listen,
can't even
he-
sell a house of blues.
well,
to be
listen,
honest
he
with
ain't
you.
got to. Listen, he ain't got to
being
sell
honest.
out.
No, he got
I'ma
no,
buy
you
a
got
ticket.
to. No, to be a superstar. you
Rico
gotta sell
house
out.
party gonna be there.
No.
you
I'm
can't
gonna
put
see Nas.
you can't
No,
put
no.
Jay-Z in the House of Blues.
You can't. You can't put Drake in the house of
That's
blues.
too small.
You can't
How-
put
how
J.
do
Cole
we
in the
get
house
it?
of
We
blues.
went from selling
Superstar.
out.
No, because that's what a superstar is. A superstar
Yeah.
is someone who can
You
sell a
can't put
stadium.
Michael Jackson in the
You
House
can't
of
do it.
Blues. You got to put Michael Jackson in a fucking football stadium.
You can't do it.
Listen, I told you if you dig him up and pull the strings, I'm coming. Like I'm going to see Mike.
You cannot put Nas in a damn stadium.
But that doesn't take away from his superstar.
Yes, it does.
A superstar, you recognize his face no matter where he goes.
He's a star.
Yeah, he's a star.
Would you or would you not accept his autograph?
He's a star.
Would you not?
I would.
You a
He's a
lie.
star.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
yeah.
I
I'll
would.
take it.
It sounds personal.
No.
now.
No.
sounds real
I
wouldn't.
definitely would.
Hey, he's a star. Chris Brown's a star.
No, but Chris Brown can sell the stadium.
Yeah, baby stadium.
That's the difference. No. Chris Brown done sold out stadium.
I done seen it.
Civic Center.
That's a stadium. Nas couldn't sell out that.
They did
Nas
they
couldn't
did
sell
some
out that.
renovations.
Nas couldn't sell out a stadium.
The Civic Center did
Nas
some
could not
Yeah,
renovations.
they done sectioned it off and everything.
Yeah, you feel me? You can't just sit anywhere no
Nas-
more.
But
You got to sign.
like I
Nas
said,
can do
I
it.
went to Atlanta to
Nas couldn't
see
sell out levels.
Erica Badu, and Nas
I
was
flipped
not the
over.
headliner.
He couldn't. Who was the headliner?
Erica Badu.
And do you think she's a superstar? Now, pay attention to this.
But if they would have put that same show, Jay-Z and Erica
No,
Badu,
Erica Badu
Jay-Z
is not
would've-
a superstar.
Jay-Z would have been the
She's not a
superstar.
superstar.
She's
All right,
not.
she's headliner.
But she was the headliner.
That's bad. That's bad.
I don't
You
know.
couldn't do that with Jay-Z and Erica Badu.
Erica Badu
Jay-Z
got,
would
like,
be the headliner.
Erica Badu got mind control over.
Hey,
No, that's
I-
Doing
bad.
voodoo in the kitchen.
I apologize, Chris Brown, but I can't even see how y'all say Erica Badu is not a superstar, but y'all say Chris Brown is.
No.
I don't get
She'll
that.
not- No. Erica Badu.
As
She's
a-
a.
She's
I mean,
a star.
according to y'all, then you said Nas ain't no superstar.
Nah, he's
So,
not.
so
Not
how
on the
Erica?
level.
So how Erica
Not on
Badu
that level.
is?
Nas an
She's
idol.
not a superstar.
What
she
new
was the
album is like?
headliner.
Man, what new song?
Nas is a
a
hip-hop
headliner. That's a
She was the
difference.
headliner.
But that's what I'm saying. That's a
Nas
difference.
is a hip hop idol. That
Jay
sounds
Z
better.
never been a headliner under nobody.
Yeah,
I like Nas. Hey,
He
yeah.
did it.
Oh,
He
I
was
like Nas.
always
I
the
like Nas
headline.
too.
I like Nas.
He was under Biggie.
Yeah.
Who did that? Jay-Z.
No.
Who did that?
he wasn't.
No.
He wasn't
No.
the headliner over Biggie.
No.
They never did a show together like that. He always, if he did, it was gonna open it up. It was back then. Now,
You said never.
now,
I'm telling you. Yeah.
No.
Biggie will open up for Jay Z.
No, he wouldn't.
Yes, he will.
That's a lie.
I mean, assuming he ain't had no more albums since then. I mean,
Yeah.
You said assuming. You just said we'll dig up Michael Jackson.
yeah.
And when people go, so
Oh,
if you dig
Michael
up,
Jackson will
up
still
Biggie,
be the
then you
headliner.
ain't going.
I put it to you like this.
No, Herm.
Michael-
Look,
Michael
me,
Jackson.
Herm. You ain't going.
if the
Lie
Civic-
to me now.
if
Lie
the-
to me on live.
if
You
the
ain't
Civic-
going.
If the
I go see
Civics
Michael
and-
Jackson one time just to say I did
Hey,
see him.
look here. Let me tell you.
I mean, I went to see DMX. He was old.
hey, look,
I go see Michael.
let me tell you.
Now
let
look,
me,
hold
let
on,
me
but look
tell
at
you,
look at the
gentlemen.
shock value of that.
What?
But guess who was the headline on the DMX show?
Chris Brown.
You'll never believe it. When
Chris
I
Brown.
say, when I say
I
the
know
name,
Jay-Z.
you would never believe who was the fucking headliner on a DMX show.
Who was it?
Vanilla Ice.
Get the.
Yeah. He was the
When was
fucking
this?
headliner.
Hold on, when was this? When was this?
Who
This
was
is about 4 or 5 years ago.
Who was the headliner?
Vanilla
I can
Ice.
believe it. The timing that you're saying. The timing.
And guess what? When he came out, I left.
It makes me even better.
I didn't want to see
Man,
it
don't do X
because
like
he
that,
had
man.
all
Nah,
these.
but not
You know how you have those
You went to
blow
go
up
see
Halloween things in your yard?
Yeah.
He had all these shits on the stage and all this. I was like, man, come on, man.
Hey man, you know what? You know what you can do? You can sell out a bar if you say we're gonna have Prince night. Now all we're gonna do is play Prince records. You can sell out a bar.
Yeah.
You can't sell out a bar for
Don't
Chris
give me no
Brown.
ideas now.
You ain't gonna handle Chris Brown night.
No.
That shit ain't gonna fly.
No.
No.
It's not. It's
Hey,
not.
man.
Jay Z won't sell you do some shit like that. So we're gonna just play Jay Z records. They won't
I
sell.
come to that shit. That
You
shit
see what I'm saying? Like
Man.
Jay Z. If you tell people I'm gonna just play Jay Z,
If you had we call it a listening party. If you had a listening party for somebody like Jay-Z,
Everybody know.
you gonna get some fans.
oh no, everybody,
You gonna get some
you're
fans.
gonna get some fans for any artist though. That's any artist.
I don't know about Chris Brown though, man.
Oh man, look, man.
You're not gonna fool. You know, you gonna get some, but
I'm buying Chris Brown, all his albums right now, just to say I love
He's
him.
lying.
I love this dude, man. Chris
Hey, man.
Brown,
You gotta
man.
remember
Man,
shit,
today
$10.
today been a great episode, man. Appreciate my boy Holla coming in, OG Holla, man, the Mighty Buckz collection. You see the background. We thank you for coming through, man. Listen, next week, Danny gonna tell us who else isn't a star.
Damn right.
Probably.
All you gotta do is throw him out there.
You said little baby ain't a star next week. Catch us next week.
I didn't say that.
No, I'm asking, is he a star?
I didn't say that. Yeah, he's a star. He's a star.
Soldier Boy a star.
Oh,
man, please.
nigga, comment.
Soulja Boy ain't nothing. He's a Mimi now.
That's funny as hell.
He a Mimi. That's what he is. He had his run. It's over.
I ain't gonna lie. That new shit he got with Fresh Montana hard as fuck.
Word.
Hey,
Oh, is French Fontana a superstar now?
leave it.
No,
Okay,
it's
thank you.
star.
French Montana is garbage.
Last
Nah,
thoughts.
man, you got
last
like,
thoughts.
you got
last
like
thoughts.
Frenchie. Okay, on what?
I can't get past the Chris Brown not being the star.
Oh,
man.
man.
No. Last thoughts. Once again, like
Okay,
So-
I got a last thought.
give me
From an old school perspective when it comes to hip hop, especially me and my partner here.
Yes, sir.
We're not haters. We just you just gotta understand
I'm a
that
hater, yo.
you just gotta understand that when we saw hip hop, we saw it in its rawest form. It was just like a hobby type thing. But then it started getting commercial. So now we looking at it like, man, y'all fucking it up. You know, it ain't like, you know, because when we saw hip hop from the first time, it was all about lyrical skill, how good you were as an MC on the microphone. That's all they are. Every MC had the same topic. But now, you know, it ain't about how good you are. It's about what you got. And then it's so fucked up. You ain't even got that shit you talking about you got. These motherfuckers talking about jets and islands and you know foreign bitches and foreign cars. They don't even have half of that shit.
They got Instagram.
I'm gonna let you answer first. You can answer.
No, I got a different. I got a different final thought.
Me too.
Go ahead, Dan.
No, I'm gonna hear his final thought.
Nah, from a generational perspective, listen. I might sound like this, right? I really do sound like this. I do appreciate it. I got to understand. Sometimes some things just ain't for you. Period. In the story. Just because I don't like it, don't mean it ain't good, right? I don't like Thai food, but a lot of people eat that shit. I don't want it. Restaurant full. Must be something to it. I just don't like it. Period. In the story. Too spicy. Heartburn. I don't know, right? But that don't mean it's not good. It just ain't my taste. Sometimes I like to get credit where credit is due, right? I respect the dudes that have talent. Sometimes I don't understand what the talent is until you actually sit down and listen to it. And I'm really open to that, right? But just like other generations or whatever, man, they thought Elvis Presley was the devil. You know what I'm saying? When he came out there with that wild ass shit right there, they were like, what the fuck is that? You can't get out there with that shit, the guitar whining and shit. Like, you can't do that, you know. But that's just the shit evolves, man. That's just how it works, man. And so, you know, it's some dudes out there that got mad talent. It's some dudes out there that got mad skills or whatever. Sometimes they choose to flow in a certain direction that I don't particularly care about. Don't mean they can't flow. Just to mean I don't care about what they're talking about. Same thing back in the 80s. I didn't care about what a lot of these people was talking about too. But from a generational perspective, I respect these dudes. It's just the way the game is played right now. If you can respect Steph Curry playing the way that he play, right, and you can't respect how James Worthy played back in the day, then there's something wrong with you. The game has changed, dude. Period.
I agree.
How?
I agree. My final thoughts basically is exactly kind of what you're saying, piggyback. Life is different.
True.
And hip hop is about life. It's about evolution. It's about the culture. The culture isn't about walking down the street with a fucking boombox on your shoulder no more. That shit's over with. Now you got to walk down the street with a fucking AR. So you're going to rap about a fucking AR or whose body got dropped and it's a different time now. Sure. And so it's even on the radio, they playing dead people dying in songs now. It's a different era. So it's like, I don't agree with all the songs that's played now, but I love music.
True.
So due to the fact I love music, I can go back to rock and roll. I can listen to everything but heavy metal. I can listen to everything but heavy metal. I can't listen to that shit. But I like the new music because everything they're rapping about now, to be honest with you, the rappers now are living more of their raps than back then. And that's just the truth.
Nah.
So my
everybody ain't got no goddamn island, man.
No.
And a Bugatti.
Think about what we went back to. Back then, we would listen to, like you said, a lot of rappers were still local. So a lot of rappers wasn't mainstream on the radio. A lot of rappers now aren't on the radio. A lot of rappers say, fuck the radio. I'm going to sell on the internet. I'm going to sell on YouTube. Most of these rappers now catching these bodies. They shooting at the Baby went platinum off telling you he shot somebody in Walmart.
His price did skyrocket after that.
If the Baby would have never shot that dude in Walmart, he would have never went platinum.
All righty.
Man.
And it's sad.
That's like selling your soul.
But nah, he protected himself. He just rapped about it.
I don't know who living the truth.
But how your boy got caught up like that?
Who?
We were talking about last week.
He rapped about the shit, but hold on. He rapped about it while they was under investigation. The Baby rapped about it after it was self-defense. See the difference?
Don't snitch on yourself, fellas.
It was self-defense.
Don't snitch on yourself, fellas.
You about to get dude locked up.
No. He tell it shit. The Baby down always rap about the body he caught in front of his daughter, 2 years old. He tell you, but he went platinum after the Walmart incident, and he's a superstar. He's a superstar whether we like it or not. It's a different time.
All right. I was gonna ask y'all. I was gonna ask y'all about an artist that don't get enough shine, and Chris Brown definitely get a shine. He's a star.
He went for that shit.
We're gonna ask y'all about Big Sean. We'll bring that up next week.
He's a star.
Is he a superstar?
He's a star.
He's a star.
Thank you.
No.
Rest my case.
I'm gonna answer that now. Nah.
Bring them out, 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 bring them out.
Big Sean is not a superstar.
Big Sean is a star.
He's a star.
Not superstar.
He is.